Welcome to Adventures Walking as One, where we will explore what it really looks like to walk in the same direction on the same path as husband and wife.
We are Mark and Carol Schweiger of Walk as One Ministries, and we believe marriage is the greatest adventure and one worth preparing for. Before we get started, Mark, this is our 1-year anniversary of doing podcasts with WBRW TV.
24 podcasts.
24 podcasts. So we want to thank WBRW TV for putting up with us and filming so many episodes without complaining, and it's been a blast.
Yep.
And so thank you
Thank
for
you, guys.
all that you guys do.
So, over the past year, we've talked about great marriages don't just happen.
Yep.
You must intentionally build your relationship, and you must be purposeful in what you do.
Right.
And so just recently, we received a newsletter, Chris and Connie Randazzo from Family Life Ministries, and they were sharing about how they were successful in their marriage. And they've been married as long as we have, I believe.
A little bit, just maybe a year longer. So
maybe a year longer, so it's longer, so it's even better. But their one marriage tip is a topic for today's conversation. I really like the way it's said. And it's purposeful rhythms of intentionality.
That's a mouthful.
It is.
So what are purposeful rhythms of intentionality, Mark?
Well, it took us a while, but we've come up with purposeful rhythms of intentionality refer to the deliberate structuring of daily life through repeated patterns of behavior or rhythms.
Okay.
It's a way of life that aligns daily actions, work, rest, with core values or ideals, and this helps ensure a fulfilling rather than a busy life, which we need.
Right. The rhythm and the patterns, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Well, I like not busy, but fulfilling. So
Yeah, we're good about busy.
yes, we are very good at about busy.
That's probably why this was challenging.
Yes.
Individually, I think about myself and having rhythms in my life, but every day I review like what my goals are for the day, what tasks do I need to do because I'm so task-oriented, what relationships need attention, what are the projects that I might need to do that are out of the ordinary, do I have time for that for the day? And then I have to think, what are you doing?
I appreciate that, asking me.
Yes, I ask you nearly every day what's on your docket, because that's going to affect me and what I am able to do.
Yeah, if I got any heavy lifting I have to do.
Yeah, I can lift. But is there time to relax? Is there any time to have fun? That's important to me as well. So looking at that as, core values for me individually. But what happens, what I do will affect other people, just like I have to ask you what you're doing. We both have our individual core values. It's not just mine, but they're both of us. But I also have to realize that we need core values together. And together we can be influenced based on other people. Just like individually, we can be influenced by that as well.
And we are quite often.
We are quite often. I think of vacations. Sometimes we travel with other people. Sometimes it works, sometimes not so much. But we do have people that we travel with, and it flows really well because they share that same rhythm.
Yes, same rhythm and same values for what they want to get out of their vacation.
Right. And it goes with communication too, right? We talk about those things, but usually certain people we flow very well with. If we're things with our kids, what are they doing? Maybe, our kids have kids, so it brings on another challenge. And are we in rhythm with them? Do they flow with our rhythm, or do we have to flow with their rhythm? And, friends. Getting together with friends. And what is that like? Is it meeting our rhythm, or are we flowing in their rhythm?
Yeah, and a lot of times it's their rhythm.
Right.
We need to be doing something else, but we have an opportunity to play, I guess.
Yeah.
And so we go do it instead.
So it's a blend, does it blend for us, or are we bending over backwards to accommodate? And I think a lot of times we do. We're that compliant person. So we have to decide how important is that. But we can talk more about that later. But what are our core values is what's key.
Yeah, and I think we've seen some of these difficulties. So as we went through and discussed these things, we find that we have, like you said, our own core values. But these values, our core values, can tend to enable us to be selfish, I guess. They push us to do things for my values. So I want to do what's high on my value. And so it's an interesting mix. We have our core values, but we have our individual ones. And we have to explore a little bit about what that means, and really, do we need to have individual ones, or should we be totally blended? It's an interesting question. And when we start going off and doing the selfish things, and we start doing our own core values, we tend to become isolated.
Yes.
And in this isolation, I'm doing my thing, you're doing your thing. I have to do my values. I'm being driven to do that because they satisfy me. But it breaks our connection.
Yes.
And you can look in, we just did a podcast on that, right, for germs.
Yeah.
And the different things that break our connections.
Yeah, it's easy for us to do our own thing. Sitting on the couch. You're on your end, I'm on mine.
Yeah.
And we have different interests, right? You like to read, and I'm on my iPad doing something else, like Ancestry or whatever I'm doing. So it's easy to have our own rhythm, but not our rhythm.
Yeah. I mean, you could be isolated, and we're sitting right next to each other.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of our dating history. We were off and on. It was like we would date for a few weeks and then go off and do our own thing and then come back and, oh, yeah, and then date for a few weeks. It was just constantly back and forth. And a picture of that would be, I think of a learner of ice skating. When they first start to learn, they take their skates and they go wide out, and then they come back in, and then they go wide out and they come back in. And it gives them a forward motion, but not really smooth, right? Or an accordion. An accordion, my brother-in-law plays accordion. I love to watch him play when he does. But he pulls it open, and then he closes it shut to allow the bellows to get air and push it out so that the keyboard can then play. So I find that interesting. And our rhythm is in and out all the time. Yeah,
and it was funny because when you said that, with our youngest, no, not our youngest granddaughter, is Selah the youngest? Nova's young. Okay, so the youngest one that's with us right now.
Selah.
But when she falls, it's called splat. So I was thinking you're talking about a beginner skater. So you go out, you come in, you go out, you splat.
Yes.
And it's almost what it's like.
Yeah.
For us, because the splat is a realization that, hey, man, I haven't seen you for a while. I see you walking around the house, but...
Right. It's like, I think we need to be more connected.
Yes.
One thing that we need to do is form a vision, right? So we have steps in the core values. Actually, why don't you talk about those steps?
Well, and there's 3 steps that, at least I feel, me with my processes and stuff.
Yes, you and your processes.
We have to form our vision. So, I mean, this whole concept is based on your core values. What is the most important thing for you? And then after we figure out what our core values are, then we have to evaluate whether they're aligning with our life, our vision. Evaluate and reflect. And we just recently walked through all these steps, so we can talk a little bit more in detail. But then the hard part, you have to adjust, make a change.
Yeah. And that's the intentionality part.
Yes, and it's the most difficult of all this.
Yeah. All right, we'll go step by step. So step 1 is to form our vision. right? So what are the core values that lead us to a fulfilling life? Core values are an internal compass, so internally, helping to determine the priorities, define our boundaries, evaluate what is truly important to us. Our core values and ideals will inspire us to live according to those rhythms. So kind of like breathing.
Yeah.
You breathe in, you breathe out. It's a way of life.
It is a way of life. And once we figure out what those are, and I know that I get fulfillment from that, then that is going to inspire us to naturally start doing that. And I like how we did this. I guess I always like brainstorming. What are our core values? You go through and you have to think about all these things. Sometimes there's a little bit difficult discussion. Is that actually a core value?
Right.
Or is it just something we're doing? So that was an interesting discussion.
Yeah.
And I guess we can share some of our core values here.
Well, I'm going to talk about individual time, because there is a core value of individual time as a couple, even though you might want, we want that core value time, but it's important that even individually. So I think about us as a whole as we like our quiet time in the morning,
Yes.
right? Individually. I go into my room, I go into my space. I've got my cup of coffee. I'm spending time with the Lord. It's my time. But then we come out and we share. We talk about maybe what the Lord showed us, or just have some time together to pray together.
Yeah, and I guess that's not really, we're calling it individual, but we're both doing the same thing.
Correct.
And so it's individual time, but it's really one of our core values. Just make sure that we spend individual time.
Right. So it's not a problem to spend individual time. How much?
It's just you're both, well, yeah, and we're both doing it. We're
Right.
both doing the same thing and then coming back together. And that's kind of a rhythm for us.
Right.
Another one is being connected.
Mm-hmm.
Really, there's like three components to that, the spiritual, physical, and emotional. And so there's a whole lot of little things that you could do. One of the things we determined when we were first married is that we're going to eat dinner together.
Right.
Doesn't always happen, but
Majority of the time,
majority of the time, yes.
we don't miss a meal.
Yep. Yeah, yes. But we have a rhythm, and we've been doing
Yes.
it so long. It's a way of life. It's just how we do things now.
Right. Holding hands.
Holding hands.
Yeah. Even in bed, just hold hands before you go to sleep.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own rhythm in that, but that's one of ours.
Yes. Just sitting and talking.
Yeah.
This one's a little more bringing about intentionality, because I think we sit and talk better if we're out somewhere. Even
Yeah.
in a house, it's just not the same. But sitting in someplace nice in front of a lake always has to have water for
Water.
some reason.
Bring me water.
Yeah.
I think it's because we live in Michigan.
Yes. Yes. We have praying together.
Yeah.
That's been our most difficult one. You would think that would be easy to do, but there's always something that comes up.
Mm-hmm.
And so then you start thinking, well, is that a core value? Because we don't do it enough. So it's a difficult one. And part of our evaluate step, we have to make changes to make that happen better.
In regard to that, it is difficult in terms of being consistent. But I think we also have an enemy that wants us not to do it.
Yes, for sure.
So that being aware of that can help us make adjustments. I think of our parents' habits where they would sit on the couch in the evening. Both of our parents did this. And they were kind of, just watching TV and not really engaging. And I see us doing that more and more. But it could either be a source of isolation or, depending on what we do with that, could be engaging.
Yes, if we're enjoying something together.
Correct. And that could be watching a movie together, but it could be where we close the book, shut off the iPad, and actually engage together.
Yeah, yeah. Another one of ours is, and this is where we are in life. I think some of these core values change, need to be reevaluated as we go through different phases, but it should be healthy.
Yes.
We see a lot of things for what we eat that we've had to make changes, evaluate, and change. It's really hard to find good information. Being physically fit so that we can do some of the things, because we like adventure.
Mm-hmm.
So, and going out. So it's like you have to be in shape to do some of that, especially if you want to go on the trolley trails and a 2-mile hike.
Right. And with all the grandkids that we have, I mean, I've had to make some adjustments in this and commit to work out. But we do
But you've been doing well.
I'm doing well. We do like adventure and relaxation. You know, fun, getaway.
Yes.
And what's your key phrase?
Sunny and warm.
Yep.
If we go to a beach, there's only 2 chairs, there's no other people, and one for you, one for me. Nobody else there.
Nobody else. Not allowed.
Yeah. We actually had that in Hawaii.
We did. Leaving a legacy is definitely a core value of ours. You know, impacting marriages, impacting people, sharing our time with other people. Our time like Walk as One, what we're doing right now, a podcast, marriage basics, you know, teaching, and then coaching. Yeah. So that is a big one for us.
Yeah,
also, we started doing biblical citizenship.
And that's a new one.
That's a new one.
More time requirement, but we've been finding things out about what our duty is as citizens of the United States.
Yeah.
So that's been...
what the Constitution says, all that. You know, that's a big one. We enjoy dining with others.
Yep.
You know, being generous with our time, helping other people.
If somebody needs help, and that's hard, so we got other things that we want to be doing also.
Yeah. So we have to decide, you know, you got to weigh that out. And just really relationships with family and friends. That is a core value.
It's been hard for me because you can't have you have to be intentional about it.
Yes.
Because they just don't happen. Relationships you have to build. Same as your marriage, but...
Right.
And then good stewards of what we own. So you would think it would be natural, but we have to take care of our house.
Yeah.
You know, their vehicles, their tools, you know, all this stuff that we have.
There's so much to do. You want to talk about step 2?
Let's start step 2. So now evaluate and reflect. What are we actually doing? So now that we have our list of core values, I guess you would call them, do our rhythms actually support or sabotage what we're doing? You know, we have lists of things to do, then they leave little time for us together.
Right.
Some of the things on our list may not line up with our core values.
Right.
You know, and then we can get into the next step where we have to change those. And we find ourselves too busy. Mm-hmm. You know, it's pretty typical for both of us. We have things to do. We strive to get all those things done because we're focused on that.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it's like 10 o'clock in the evening. And we're like, man, we got all our stuff done.
And nothing left.
Yeah, but I didn't see you all day.
Yeah. So how was your day?
Yeah, so...
Yeah. Adjust. Step 3, to adjust. Intentionally making changes with the purpose of aligning with our core values and building a rhythm. So this is the intentionality part. We've evaluated, we see some areas that need to work on, and we have to adjust that. It makes me think of being on a horse and pulling on the reins. You pull back with what you're doing, and you have to make that adjustment.
Yeah.
I am task-oriented, as I said earlier, and I need to keep us a priority rather than what I'm doing with my time personally.
You know, it's kind of funny. As soon as you talked about the horse, I didn't think about this before. I don't know why I'm thinking about it now, but we've gone horseback riding, and the horse gets to a certain point, and he's like, okay, I'm done.
Yes.
I'm going back to the barn.
Yeah.
No,
you're not.
You're not. Pull back the reins. No, you're going this way.
Right. They're a lot bigger than we are. But our core values, they have to be the priority.
Yes.
You know, I mean, I think we're making that pretty clear. It should inspire us to live according to a rhythm that flows for both of us.
Yes.
You know, that is just key.
And so as we look at those, you know, good for both of us.
Yes.
These are hard discussions.
Yeah.
These are hard discussions and decisions that we have to make because change is never easy for anybody. We need to use good communication techniques. So if we look at our communication and the germs, well, actually all 3 of our communication podcasts.
Of Let's Talk.
Yeah, because I can't belittle you. I can't, point fingers. And as soon as I start criticizing, our discussions aren't going to go well. And we talk about personal stuff, they're emotionally charged a lot of times.
Correct.
And
oh
so,
my gosh, yes.
Yeah, so you have to implement good communication techniques.
And it really is die to self. If you're fighting for your own individual time or your individual core value and it's affecting us, then we have a problem.
Yeah.
Right? So something's got to go.
Yep.
Okay.
So, in summary,
okay,
we need to have a vision.
Mm-hmm.
What are the core values that will lead us to a fulfilling life? Get rid of the busy stuff.
Yeah. What is our rhythm or our pattern? Is it daily? Are these, every single day? Some of them are. Some of them might be monthly, weekly, or even annually,
Yeah. Vacations.
And
And that is one of ours because we do an annual vacation. We go somewhere.
Yeah. We need a plan.
Yes. For their next one. Yeah. Yes. It'll be another podcast, right? We see that we have to evaluate often.
Yeah.
We need to do what it takes to make sure that we stick to our core values.
Yeah. And if we don't adjust, we'll continue as we are, and that would be isolated.
Yeah, what's that, the definition of insanity? Well, we keep doing the same thing, but we're expecting our relationship to grow.
And it doesn't change. If you don't change, it's not going to change.
Yep.
Okay. So what are your purposeful rhythms of intentionality? I dare you to try to say that twice in a row. Do you struggle with rhythms in your marriage? How do you walk this out? Share with us what your core values are.
So, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Adventures Walking as One. Please let us know if this has helped you. You can comment or share this with somebody that may need it.
Mm-hmm. Stay tuned for our next episode of Adventures Walking as One because we have a very special interview. Very special. Thank you. Discover meaningful tips and simple ways to build a stronger, healthier marriage with Marriage Basics. Please subscribe and share this with a friend. Visit our website at walkasone.net.
The opinions, findings, conclusions, or recommendations expressed in this program do not necessarily reflect the views of the Charter Township of Washington, Michigan Community Media, or WBRW-TV.